Hey y'all, it's Karla with Bark and Brushes. It's just the artist here. The woodworker is at the other job with EcoView Windows and Doors. I work there part-time, answer the phones for them. And then I come home and I try to paint some, and then I try to get our name out there so that y'all know who we are and that my art and our epoxy wood furniture is here, and that we want to show the world and we want to share our stuff, and we would love for y'all to support us as our new business. Just a little synopsis. I am very thankful for my boss, Mark Jr. Martinez. He's with EcoView Windows and Doors of New Orleans. If it wasn't for him, he's the one that kind of put the fire under me to actually take my art seriously as a career. It started with, we were at the shows for EcoView and we were selling the old wooden windows that come out of the old houses when we're replacing with new energy efficient windows. And he had seen my art before and he was like, you need to be painting on these windows. So the next day I brought my art stuff out there, my paint, and I just popped a squat, started painting, and lo and behold, people were like, oh my goodness, can you paint something for me? And I'm like, yeah, and so I got a couple commissions that weekend, and it was so real seeing people, oh, you're so good, wow, and wanting me to paint for them. And Mark Jr. just looked at me and told you. He's like, well, girl, I'll get you on Etsy, I'll get you. And I was just so grateful that, my boss was, willing to support me, and he saw, potential in me, and he wanted the best for me. He's, there is those good people out there that really care about people, and he's one of them. So I'm super thankful. And God places stepping stones in perfect time in our life when we need it the most. The timing for me to be able to even start this, when I was with my kids full time, there's no way that I'd be able to even think about starting a career in this. Unfortunately, I've gone through a really hard 3 years. I came down with a debilitating mental disorder with complex PTSD and conversion disorder. And it caused me to have symptoms that would look like a stroke or a movement disorder, foreign accent syndrome. And it was all just outward symptoms of something deeper inwardly going on, emotionally, and things that it's the idea of the body keeps the score, kind of like a pressure cooker of things that were undealt with in my life that I needed to slow down, just be, breathe, sit with myself and listen to my body and see what is going on, that my body is screaming at me and say something needs to change. There's things going on that are undealt from your past that you need to deal with now, even now. And so I had to make very, very hard decisions. And not to say every step of the way I was right in doing so and everything. God's full of grace and mercy wherever we go. We are human and we're doing the best we can in this life, I'm just so grateful for Jesus Christ and his grace upon me and his mercy, and they're new every morning. That's scripture, and I just lean on him. And every step of the way through the divorce that happened a year ago, and being away that I don't have my children full time, I'm just grateful that he's given me the passion to make the best of it and use my gift to glorify him. God does say we're made in the image of him, and he is a creator. At the very core, he's a creator. You look all around, you know, in creation. And I think it's very cool that, you know, how us as humans, we are drawn to things that are created, handmade. You know, that's one reason why we go to those festivals, and, you know, we ooh and ah over what people have made with their hands. And it's because, you know, we are made in the image of God. You know, the same reason why we love, you know, the Marvels and the superheroes and everything, because we are made in the image of God, and God is a supernatural God. You know, we're not just ordinary. We are, you know, this isn't a battle of flesh and blood here on this earth. This is a spiritual warfare that we battle, and I want to be on the good side, if you know what I mean. Not, you know, there's evil and good out there, and when I look at the light, when I look at the sun, when I look at his beauty, I want to be a part of that circle, you know. And all I can do is humble myself and say, here I am, Lord, you know. And he'll whisper to you, you know, his presence, you know, it's the power of God. And I really do think that he's calling me to do more of this, you know. And I'm just grateful that he's spoken loudly to me in this area, because I have been able to feel more of his presence in this area. So Michael's not here right now. You know, I'll let him tell his little bit of tidbit story when he wants to. We've been together for a little while. We met in July, and he's the woodworker, and I'm the artist. But I'll tell you, if you look at my art, I tend to express myself in showing definitely the creation, nature, and like the transition of darkness to light. I show a lot of that in my work. This was when I was in treatment. There's this sense of like chaos, right? And it's like darker on this side, but it's like, you know, it gets harder and more chaotic in the middle, like as you're walking through, and then it gets lighter, you know. That's what you're seeing here, and it's just beautiful to look at. And then, okay, so like the water lily, I love contrasting color. My thought when I look at, say, a dark background and then a big huge pop of light, you wouldn't know goodness and good and beauty unless you knew the dark side. A lot of people say, why does God allow bad to happen? You know, if he's such a good God, why does he allow all these bad stuff to happen? You know, we may not always ever know the answer to that, but I do understand and know if everything was all good and dandy and rainbows and unicorns, would we really ever know it is good? Because if that's all we ever know, then that is always just going to be like blah, you know. But if you take away this background, this wouldn't be as beautiful. So that's what I love about pieces like this, with the dark background and the pop of color in the middle. This is a piece I called Tomorrow. I chose the color of the yellow because it means hope. So when I look at this picture, and let's say I'm having a bad day, you can look at it and say, you know what, that's okay. His mercies are new every morning. I can have a new beginning, a new tomorrow. There's a sunrise, and it's okay. You know, I'm human, things happen. Train our brains to not be so hard on ourselves. Let's move on. Let's choose to have a good day. So this is my Tomorrow. So this one's actually sold. This is a copy, so I do copies. This one is on sale. I'll sell this one for probably $80. This is an original. This is like one of my only abstracts, so I need to do some more abstracts, but like I said, I'm more realism. Okay, this one is my favorite right now. It's actually my newest. I do have more. I'm just showing y'all these because it just really describes me as an artist. This one describes a lot of my healing process and me, a picture of me in the spiritual realm. So as you can see, there's this chaotic tornado in the background, you know, but there is beauty within the storm because there's hope, as you can see, the yellow, the orange, and I just love sunsets. Absolutely love it. It tells of his glory. You can't ever capture the sunset color in a picture. It's like God's art. I love it. I had to put the well right here. I'll probably share the well story at another time, but this was back when I was in a really, really dark time, and I was asking God to comfort me, and he comforted me at a well in my mind's eye. So I'll explain the little girl on the hillside. As the tornado is ripping and tearing, she is not looking at the tornado. She's not concerned about it. She didn't care one bit because she's found her safe place. For a long time, she found her safe place in people, comfort in what people thought about her. She would constantly people please. Even when she did try to paint, the time she picked up the paintbrush, she was very self-critical. You know, wasn't good enough. When people said, "Oh, you're really good." No, I'm not. No, because the thought that if she actually believed in herself and failed, it would destroy her. Because the moment that someone didn't believe in her, she felt like she was nothing, because what people thought of her is what defined her. But now she's found her true identity in her Creator, and she has found so much peace and joy because she endured in the hope of glory in him and the power of God. And she's found him. He found her. And there's that ray of light that's supernatural that comes through the storm and is shining on her, and she can't help but just stare into the light and just feel so much peace and comfort there. So this is a picture of that. I have a really cool story about this. I had probably about 3 months ago, I was at Church of the King in Covington, and Tony Lagamba, he does life mapping, and I was there for 4 hours, and we were connecting some dots, and we were praying together, and he was asking me, "What do you feel like the Lord's telling you?" And I was just like, "I feel like he's telling me to paint. I need to paint." And he was like, "Well, while you were praying," he said, "I had a vision." And he said, the vision was a little girl playing in a field, and there was tornadoes all around her, but she didn't see them. She didn't care, because all she could see was the beautiful light that was just shining down on her. And she was just having the time of her life. She found her safe place. And I was just like tearing up, because that confirmed so much in me that all that time that I've been in so much pain, you know, not sure what to do, not sure where to go, you know, I knew I'd hurt so many people in decisions that I made and things like that. And it was just like, he just said, rest in my arms. I know you're scared, all this. He was like, but I'm covering you. And it's okay. And I love you and I'll never forsake you. And yeah, and it was a huge healing time. So that's what this represents. But I talk a lot. I get passionate. Yeah, I just hope that this encouraged somebody today, and that I would love to get, you know, a group of people to support me and want to buy my art. That would be great, because I would love to do this for like a living. I know a lot of y'all creators out there would. It would be a dream. So anyway, yeah, follow me on Bark and Brushes. It's at Bark and Brushes on Instagram, and then on Facebook, Bark&BrushesLLC, and then I think it's Karla on TikTok. So, but anyway, thank you. Until next time.